Hello friends, welcome to the platform of Darshanik IAS. This is Akshay Kadam. So guys, today on this platform of Darshanik IAS, we are going to discuss some topic related to answer writing. Okay, so I am going to discuss today one strategy, one very important technique about multidimensional answer writing or horizontal answer writing in your UPSC answers. So this is a general strategy discussion, general topic discussion that will be useful for you, not only for your essay ethics papers, but it will be helpful in all your other GS papers or even in your optional papers. Okay, so today we will be focusing on this answer writing or structuring part. So this will be a general discussion regarding answer writing. So guys, in UPSC answer writing, I already told you in many of my previous lectures that whenever you are writing any answer, okay, it's a competitive exam and you need to compete with your friends. So it's not like engineering exam that you got 41% and you got your degree, but doesn't matter who is your class topper or so on. But here guys, it's a competitive exam. So if other students are getting 50, you need 51. Others are getting 80, you need 81. You need just more marks than others. And so basic rule of competitive exam that I told you, write more than others, okay, write different than others. Okay, so write unique points and especially more points. And if you want to write more points, then you need to analyze any question, topic of ethics or topic of essay or any general question that has been given at a very depth, okay, or you need to understand and analyze question at multiple dimension level. And that's why in your answer writing, guys, this multidimensionality is very, very important. So that I told you that in ethics answers also, how you should try to be a multidimensional, that I have discussed in one or two of my lectures. So for that, check out my Darshanik IAS YouTube channel, where there is a videos in which I have discussed this multidimensionality with regards to case study, how you can be multidimensional in your case study answers and what different dimension you need to explore while writing answers to the case studies. Here I am going to discuss in general while answering any question how you can be multidimensional. So guys, in UPSC you must have heard a lot of times when you have listened to the toppers interviews. So in many of those interviews, toppers will tell you that while writing answer, one should focus on writing horizontal answers. Okay, write horizontal answers, don't write vertical answers. So what do we mean by write horizontal answers, not vertical answers? So while writing answers to any question, okay, if they ask you that what are the reasons responsible for 1857 revolt, then don't write 4 or 5 reasons for 50 words and you ended up writing your answer for 200-250 words. Don't do that. Don't write this vertical answers. Okay, vertical answers means you are writing 2, 3, 4 factors in depth, in detail. No need to go in depth of any particular argument or dimension, but rather prefer the horizontal answers. Means what? Okay, while writing horizontal answers, means write 8 to 10 factors and explain them in short, in brief. So writing horizontal answer is very, very important strategy, because if other students are writing 4 or 5 points and explaining them in depth, you write 10 points but explain them in short. And that horizontal answer writing means to be writing horizontal, you need to write more points, and if you want to write more points, then you need to explore multiple dimensions of any particular question. You need to explore that question at multiple dimensions level and connect different views, different ideas with your question. So then what we mean by write horizontal answer, don't write vertical answers. So simply more pointers. So how to come up with more pointers to an question? And I already told you that if questions are of a nature or have suffixes like illustrate or not illustrate, but explain, when features, characteristics, reasons, okay, enumerate, enlist, highlight, if suffixes are like that, feature, characteristic, reasons, causes, traits, if suffixes fall in these categories, then you need to write more focus should be on writing horizontal answer, multiple points, and you have to use same strategy in essay writing also. Now, how to be multidimensional in essay writing, I will record separate lectures for that. So stay tuned to my Darshanik IAS YouTube channel. But right now, I am going to explain this with respect to GS questions. So while writing multiple answers, guys, then you need to use this multi-dimensionality chart. So any question that comes, you need to link that question, that topic, or that essay, or even ethics case study with this multiple dimensions. And you have to pull out answer, create answer, generate answer on spot by linking those multiple dimensions. I will discuss with you 20-25 dimensions. And out of those 20-25 dimensions that I am going to link with the topic, okay, you don't have to link each and every dimension. But in particular question, if you link 8 to 10 dimensions and write 2 lines on each of those dimensions, that's enough. Okay, 8 to 10 pointers for every question, that will give you very, very good marks. And same way in your essay topic also, there are 20-25 dimensions. You link 10 to 12 dimensions with your essay topic, write 50-50 words on each of those topics. तो आपका आराम से 500-600 words core area of your essay will be covered. Then you add intro, you add solution, you add conclusion to the essay, and your essay, 1000-word essay is ready. So you have to develop this art of linking all these dimensions, most of these dimensions, with your answer and link and generate the answers. Okay. And guys, most of the time you have to do this, write horizontal answers. But most of the time ऐसा होता है कि you know the answer, but it doesn't click to your mind. Most of the factors you know, but they don't come to your mind. In such a situation, if you use this chart, then even this chart will help you to reach to an answer very quickly, or it help trigger thought process. और बहुत सारे जो आंसर के पॉइंटर्स आपको पता है लेकिन उस टाइम उस वक्त क्वेश्चन आंसर करने में याद नहीं आ रहे. ओके, दिस चार्ट विल हेल्प यू इवन टू लिंक दोज पॉइंटर्स or recall those pointers, generate answer and write down your answers. So basically guys, in this chart, there are 2 charts. So total overall there are 20-24 factors. Now what I am going to explain guys, this use of chart is very important strategy. And that's why when I discuss this in my offline classes in Delhi, I tell that these charts are lifeline of UPSC. Okay. You have to use or know how to use this chart, not just in your ethics paper, essay paper, but all GS papers or optional papers wherever possible. And you need to be generating or writing this horizontal answer. And you need to use this chart when you don't know how to write answer to any particular question. If you want to generate answer on the spot, okay, then to generate answer on the spot, rather you have to use this chart, and it will help you even recall pointers that you couldn't connect with the question. You will be able to connect, or different pointers will come to your mind if you go or use this chart everywhere in your question. So first thing you need to do guys is write this chart down, okay, on big cardboard paper and attach it where, near your study table, where you could watch this chart every day. And this chart should flow in your blood, okay, in your thought process. और हर कोई भी क्वेश्चन पढ़ रहे हो, okay, you just have to think that how I can write more pointers in this, and to get more pointers you need to refer to chart. If there is any question for which you don't know the answer, फिर भी to generate the answer on spot, how to generate the answer, you need to use this chart. तो उसके लिए भी मैं एक separate lecture लूँगा. I will discuss some question जिसके you don't know the answer, but on spot how you can generate the answer. तो थोड़े वो उस टाइप के भी questions I will discuss and record separate lectures for that. So right now, what are the different dimensions that you need to link with your topic? तो पहले आपके biological और genetical factor, instincts. Okay, you have to link with your essay, with your question, whether there is any angle of a biology involved, or genetics, etc. Race, age, gender, hormones, whether this is related with your essay topic, whether they play role in the question that has been asked or question that you need to address. If not, then think about the family, parental or child rearing practices. If you could generate this or link this with your answer, whether there is any role of family, parental influence, child rearing practices with your topic. If not, then go to the next dimension, that is educational, schooling, textbook. Whether education has any role to play. Can we do anything from education side to improve or address the question given in the paper? So you can link even education, schooling, textbook as a factor. Then you can also think about a peer group. Okay, peer group or peer influence. or role models that you get exposed to in teenage years. So you can even consider whether there is any peer group influence or peer mentality that is influencing or linked with your question. अब ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है that all of these factors has to be linked or will be linked with the question or will have any link with the question. 20-24 factors है, आपको सिर्फ 8-10 लिंक करने. So those who have no relation at all, don't try to forcefully link them. Okay. Then you have to think about media from media perspective. Then in media, whether print and electronic media, social networking, entertainment, advertisement industry, whether they are linked with your essay topic. Okay, think from media perspective. उसमें भी guys और किसी क्वेश्चन का solution भी देना है. Then can I generate solution by use of social media? इस तरह से भी सोचो. या can solution be discovered by using print and electronic media? Can solution be discovered using entertainment, advertisement industry, movies, OTT platform, etc. या उनका कुछ influence है और link with your essay topic or your ethics question or in general all your questions. तो मीडिया को भी लिंक करो ऐसे टॉपिक से. देन आपका इंडिविजुअल साइकोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स, वो भी एक इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है. एंड इंडिविजुअल साइकोलॉजिकल फैक्टर में यू कैन थिंक वेदर देयर इज एनी रिलेशन ऑफ इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस विथ योर क्वेश्चन टॉपिक एटसेट्रा. Then you also think about attitude, stereotype, prejudice, whether this question involved has any relation with the stereotypes, prejudices, etc. Then also values or oriental versus occidental values. You can also think about this from this side, whether there is any issue of value system or Western value, Indian values or modern values and conservative values, etc. या liberal values and conservative values, उनका कुछ relation है. Whether you could generate answer from that side of syllabus, from that perspective. If not, then think from ethics paper, whether you are getting any answer to this question from ethics paper, philosophical angle. There are many thinkers that you will be studying in ethics paper: Kant, Gandhi, Jeremy Bentham, John Stuart Mill, John Locke, even Bhagavad Gita ethics, and Aristotle, Plato, Buddha, Mahavira, their ideas. Then you will have many modern thinkers like Nehru, Ambedkar, their ideas. So whether you could link all these philosophers or thinkers or their opinion with your answer. If not, then go to technology, whether technology has any role to play in the question at hand, or can you solve the problem, address the problem using technological solution, or whether change in technology, etc. has anything to do with that. Think from perspective of AI, data analytics, etc. whether they play any role in the question at hand. Same way, if not, then go to the socio-cultural religious factor, socialization, enculturation or culturation processes that work. So whether society has any role to play in the question, whether culture has any role to play, whether religion has any role to play, and try to generate answer from socio-cultural religious perspective. Okay, all these three are different dimensions, but they are related. So I have added in one group, society, culture, religion. So think from perspective of socio-cultural religious factor. Okay. देन आफ्टर दैट गाइज चार्ट में और भी बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स हैं. ये आपका एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल वैल्यूज, फंडामेंटल वैल्यूज, डीपीएसपी, फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज. वेदर यू कुड लिंक योर टॉपिक विद द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, विद फंडामेंटल राइट्स, विद द डीपीएसपीज, एटसेट्रा. यू कैन थिंक फ्रॉम दैट परस्पेक्टिव. इफ नॉट, then think from whether constitution has addressed that problem, but whether there is an issue of legal lapses, legal loopholes, whether some judicial factor is involved or any angle from judicial perspective you can try to think or link with your essay topic. So think about legal dimension also. Maybe constitutional issue is resolved, legal issue is resolved, but issue is faced or issue is there in the administrative factors. Okay, so in administrative factor, implementation issues, red tapeism, ये भी एक major issue है. So implementation issue, red tapeism और administrative factors. अब ये जो administrative factor है, बहुत बार there is a policy in place, law in place, constitutionally also things are clear, but mostly in India problem is of implementation issue, administrative issue. चीजें don't get implemented on ground. There are a lot of gaps between policy formulation and actual execution of the policies. So think whether administration has any role to play or there are any administrative lapses, loopholes, implementation issue, okay, issues related to procedure, finance, इस angle से भी. So think from administrative perspective also. bureaucratic angle and try to link that with your answer or generate answer from that dimension. अगर वहाँ पे भी आंसर नहीं है, go to other factors also. Political factor ये भी एक important है. Whether your essay topic has any link with the political ideologies, leftist, rightist, Democrat, Republic, conservative, liberals. There are many political ideologies, or whether any politics has role to play, या whether any political issue is involved that is linked with your essay topic. Okay, so politics as a separate dimension you can treat and even think from that perspective. If not, then go to your environmental factors, climate change, etc. Whether environment is related with your issue, okay, climate change has any role to play, or how environmental concerns are linked with your essay topic, how we can improve them. From that perspective also you can think. Then there are geographical factors. Okay, now geographical factor is also different, location wise, territory wise, या कोई भी ऐसे है social issue, compare the statistic geographically. For example, females related statistical parameter like sex ratio etc. in Punjab, Haryana geographically, or northeast, या compare India's numbers with the Europe, America etc. तो geographical comparison, or any perspective from geography paper. Okay, whatever you are studying there, whether you could link that with your essay topic. So geography भी एक बहुत important dimension है. Then agricultural factors, think from agricultural perspective whether you could link that with your essay topic. Then if not, then think from perspective of corporate governance, organizational factor, business ethics side, whether private sector has any role in the issue at hand, whether private sector can play any role, whether you can take help of private sector to address the issue, how private sector can help you in dealing with the issue. So think from organizational perspective, business, corporate side, private industry side, or from that dimension, and try to link that with your essay topic or your question in general. If not, then think from historical perspective, whether history has any link with the question, or what happened in history, or any that question that has been linked, whether it has any origin with the history in the past. So historical perspective ये भी बहुत बड़ा और important dimension है. So you should think from historical perspective also. Then go to international factors, globalization. So globalization और international factors ये भी एक important issue है. So globalization is very rapidly has increased across the world. India की तो सारी cities like Pune, Mumbai are as good as globalized or westernized cities totally. और अब globalization is penetrating into even rural areas. तो रूरल एरियाज में, गांव में भी यू हैव दिस रैपिड ग्लोबलाइजेशन हैपनिंग. तो फिर वेदर ग्लोबलाइजेशन और वेस्टर्न थॉट्स दैट आर डोमिनेटिंग विद ग्लोबलाइजेशन, वेदर देयर इज एनी रोल ऑफ ग्लोबलाइजेशन. और जनरली ग्लोबलाइजेशन के जो 3 डायमेंशन हम देखते हैं, एलपीजी रिफॉर्म्स, लिबरलाइजेशन, प्राइवेटाइजेशन एंड ग्लोबलाइजेशन, उस एंगल से सोचो तो प्राइवेटाइजेशन या प्राइवेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हमने यहाँ पे दैट एंगल हैज बीन डिस्कस्ड. लिबरलाइजेशन एक पॉलिसी डायमेंशन है, तो दैट यू कैन एड्रेस इन पॉलिटिकल फैक्टर, एंड ग्लोबलाइजेशन एज अ सेपरेट फैक्टर. तो वो एंड ग्लोबलाइजेशन भी अलग अलग लेवल पे होता है. इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे ग्लोबलाइजेशन है, सोशल लेवल पे, कल्चरल लेवल पे, पॉलिटिकल लेवल पे ग्लोबलाइजेशन हो रहा है. ओके, एजुकेशन भी ग्लोबलाइज हो रहा है, इकोनॉमी इज गेटिंग ग्लोबलाइज. तो हर एंगल से भी ग्लोबलाइजेशन यू ट्राई टू लिंक विथ योर एसे टॉपिक. एंड इफ नॉट, देन गो टू द इकोनॉमिक सर्वे, फैक्टर, बजट, पॉलिसीज. ओके, इकोनॉमी भी एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट डायमेंशन है. आपके जीएस में इकोनॉमी के पेपर में व्हाट एवर यू हैव स्टडीड, ट्राई टू लिंक दैट आल्सो विथ योर टॉपिक. तो इन शॉर्ट मेरा कहना क्या है कि ये जो 2 चार्ट में मैंने 20-24 फैक्टर्स आपको दिए, आपको सिर्फ 10-12 हर क्वेश्चन में आपको लिंक करने, जहां जहां पॉसिबल हो लिंक करने, और 10-12 पॉइंटर्स में तो आंसर यू हैव टू राइट टू गेट मोर मार्क्स. और जहां आंसर पता भी नहीं तो इन अलग अलग फैक्टर से सोच के देखो एंड ट्राई टू जनरेट द आंसर ऑन द स्पॉट, एंड दैट विल गिव यू. फिर अब अगर आंसर पता ही नहीं तो 21 फैक्टर्स में से इफ यू लिंक 3-4 फैक्टर्स भी और 3-4 पॉइंटर्स भी लिख के आओ, दैट 3-4 मार्क्स आर ऑल्सो इनफ. बट डोंट लीव एनी क्वेश्चन अनअटेम्प्टेड, एंड दैट विल चेंज द गेम फॉर यू ट्रिमेंडसली. तो फिर वो भी एक एस्पेक्ट याद रखना. तो फिर व्हाई दिस चार्ट इज लाइफलाइन, okay, I will explain you by using an example. So there is one general study ka question. So check out this question and try to think whether you could come up with any answer from this question. So question is simply, वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री का एक क्वेश्चन मैं यहाँ पे एज अ मॉडल क्वेश्चन आई एम डिस्कसिंग विथ यू. व्हाई इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन टुक प्लेस इन इंग्लैंड फर्स्ट. ओके, ये जो इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन हुआ यूरोप में, तो यूरोप में जहां से वो इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन स्टार्टेड, व्हाई दिस इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन बिगैन इन इंग्लैंड फर्स्ट. इंग्लैंड में ही फर्स्ट टाइम क्यों हुआ. नाउ गाइज, वेयर आई टेक माई क्लासेस इन दिल्ली, ओके, इन खान स्टडी ग्रुप KSG, आई टीच एसे एंड एथिक्स. सो जहां पे भी मैं क्लासरूम में, व्हेन आई स्टैंड एंड देयर आर ऑलमोस्ट 200-250 स्टूडेंट्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी, एंड व्हेन आई आस्क देम टू आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन, तो पूरे क्लास मिलके 200-250 की क्लास में भी सारी क्लास मिलके मुझे सिर्फ 4 और 5 फैक्टर्स दे गिव रिगार्डिंग द व्हाई इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन टुक प्लेस इन लंडन फर्स्ट. उसमें बहुत सारे हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल के भी स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ दी स्टूडेंट्स गाइज, वो भी हिस्ट्री पढ़ के आने के बाद भी, हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल होने के बावजूद भी, दे गिव एक्स्ट्रा 3-4, लेकिन सारा क्लास मिलके गिव्स मी ओनली 6-7 मैक्स 8 पॉइंटर्स. नाउ, और सारी चीजें उनको पता होती है, स्टिल दे कुडंट कम अप विथ मोर पॉइंटर्स. बट नाउ आई विल यूज दिस चार्ट एंड आई विल गिव यू ऑलमोस्ट 16-17 पॉइंटर्स टू एड्रेस दिस क्वेश्चन. और दिस इज वाई दिस चार्ट हेल्प्स यू जनरेट मोर आंसर्स. और इतने 16-17 पॉइंटर्स आप लिख के आओ, यू विल गेट मोर मार्क्स देन राइटिंग 4-5-6 पॉइंटर्स और उनको डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन करो. So don't write vertical answers, write horizontal answer. Use this chart as much as you can. Now, why this matters, guys? These strategies, why they matter, how they improve your score significantly. So my wife, Madhulika Kadam, she is IRS 2018 batch. She had All India rank 190. And उसके पहले का अटेम्प्ट जब उसने दिया था 2017 का मेंस एग्जाम that she gave, in that her history optional she had 250 marks, 252 marks. उसके बाद she did not do any coaching extra or any answer writing, any separate reading material, etc. Whatever she has prepared for 2017 attempt, same books, same notes or data, but all she did for the next attempt was doing lot of answer writing part. और मैं घर पे उसको बहुत सारे आंसर्स आई यूज टू इवेल्युएट, गिव हर फीडबैक, और ओनली बाय इंप्रूविंग दिस आंसर राइटिंग, ओके, नेक्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में हर स्कोर इन हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल वाज 320. लेकिन वो 70 एक्स्ट्रा मार्क्स आर एक्सट्रीमली गेम चेंजर. एंड दैट्स व्हाई गाइस, हॉरिजॉन्टल आंसर्स या ये आंसर राइटिंग करके, स्ट्रैटेजीज यूज करके अप्रोचिंग UPSC इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अदरवाइज बहुत साल लग जाते हैं, यू डोंट प्रिपेयर फ्रॉम द वे UPSC एक्सपेक्टिंग यू टू प्रिपेयर. सो इसलिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्ट्रैटेजी है. वॉट एवर आंसर यू राइट मल्टी डायमेंशनल, राइट हॉरिजॉन्टल. तो फिर हॉरिजॉन्टल आंसर कैसे होता है, क्या होता है? सो लेट्स टेक दिस क्वेश्चन, व्हाई इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन टुक प्लेस इन इंग्लैंड फर्स्ट. बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स आपको पता है, 5, 6, 7, बट आई विल ट्राई टू लिंक, ओके, मोर ऑफ द डायमेंशंस एंड विल हेल्प यू जनरेट द आंसर. सो पहला है गाइस, मेजर फैक्टर फॉर यूरोप्स this England becoming industrially revolutionized. इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन यूरोप में, इंग्लैंड में पहले क्यों हुआ या पूरी दुनिया में, व्हाई इट हैपन इन इंग्लैंड. तो पहला है गाइस, यूरोप बाय द टाइम व्हेन 1759 व्हेन फर्स्ट इंडस्ट्री स्टार्टेड, जो हम बिगिनिंग ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन वी कॉल, 1759 में फर्स्ट इंडस्ट्री जो स्टार्ट हुई. ओके, फर्स्ट रीजन गाइस वाज एडवांस साइंटिफिक एजुकेशन. ओके, सो पहले जो दो डायमेंशन थे उस प्रीवियस वाले चार्ट में, बायोलॉजी, फैमिली, उनका कोई लिंक नहीं है इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन के साथ, तो आई विल ड्रॉप दोज फैक्टर्स. नेक्स्ट फैक्टर था एजुकेशन. तो यस, एडवांस साइंटिफिक एजुकेशन वाज इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर. यूरोप में बाय दैट टाइम एजुकेशन वाज एक्सट्रीमली एडवांस्ड. 1759 में इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन स्टार्ट हुआ, उससे ऑलमोस्ट 50 साल पहले 1689, इन 1689 या 87 अराउंड, न्यूटन has published his book Principia Mathematica, जिसको हम फिजिक्स का, क्लासिकल फिजिक्स का बाइबल मानते हैं. such an important book. So this Principia Mathematica that has been published in 1689 shows कि इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन के 70 साल पहले, ओके, लंदन में जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम थी कितने एडवांस थी, या साइंटिफिक एजुकेशन कितना इंक्रीज हुआ था. देन गाइज, मीडिया, वेदर, नेक्स्ट फैक्टर, मीडिया हैज एनी रोल टू प्ले. तो यस गाइज, इवन मीडिया हैज अ रोल टू प्ले इन इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन, बिकॉज उस टाइम, ओके, प्रिंटिंग प्रेस दैट हैड केम, नाउ गाइस प्रिंटिंग प्रेस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था बिकॉज नाउ पहले जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन लिखी जाती थी हैंड रिटन, एंड हैंड रिटन इंफॉर्मेशन में यू कांट मल्टीप्लाई द इंफॉर्मेशन रैपिडली, बट जब प्रिंटिंग प्रेस आई, ओके, नाउ वेदर इट्स कॉपीज ऑफ बाइबल हो या कॉपीज ऑफ प्रिंसिपा मैथमेटिका, ओके, ऑल दिस थॉट्स could be now printed in the form of lakhs of books and information could get shared in lakhs, और उसके बाद because of that information sharing जो काफी बड़ा because of this printing press जो पहले आ चुकी थी, that played very important role. So even printing press is linked as a factor. उसकी वजह से जो information revolution आया. तो आज 21st century में हमारे लिए कंप्यूटर लैपटॉप जो कर रहे हैं या मोबाइल फोन जो कर रहे हैं, this is what printing press did for the industrial revolution, what computer are doing for this IT revolution, same relation है. So printing press was also one factor. Then आपका constitutional governance काफी एडवांस्ड या मॉडिफाई हुआ था लंदन में. लंदन में मैग्ना कार्टा 300-400 साल पहले इशू हुआ था. By the time of 1759, London was well developed, well established constitutional democracy in the form of parliament, administration, etc. So yes, constitutionally London was very stable. Okay, politically भी London was very stable. हम 1759 की बात कर रहे हैं. अमेरिका आगे 15 साल was going to go in war phase, और अमेरिका 15 साल बाद इंडिपेंडेंस होने वाला था. उसके 15 साल बाद फ्रेंच का रिवोल्यूशन होने वाला था. Then after French Revolution, 60-70 years later on, Bismarck, Mazzini going to unify Germany, going to unify Italy. Okay, London was far ahead and politically, constitutionally stable, and that's why it had a very good climate for industrial revolution to take place. Constitutionally good climate, administratively. Then well-established legal system. Britain has very well-established legal system by that period. Okay, law, judiciary वो भी setup काफी हुआ था. And even enlightenment के बहुत सारे thinkers जो थे, they were advocating this ideas of separation of power like Montesquieu and so on. और उनकी आइडियाज भी इंप्लीमेंट हो रही थी, सेपरेशन ऑफ पावर, जुडिशरी, एग्जीक्यूटिव, लेजिस्लेटिव ब्रांचेस में, एंड दे वेर डेवलपिंग और वेर मच अहेड ऑफ टाइम कंपेयर टू ऑल अदर कंट्रीज इन लीगल, पॉलिटिकल, ब्यूरोक्रेटिक मैटर्स. देन दे ऑल्सो हैव वेल डेवलप्ड एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. मॉडर्न ब्यूरोक्रेसी का फाउंडेशन ही लंदन में हुआ, या ये जो गवर्नेंस एज अ सब्जेक्ट, पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. तो लंदन में एक बार बहुत बड़ा फायर इंसिडेंट हुआ था, बहुत सारे लोग या घर जले थे, और वो इंसिडेंट होने के बाद देन देयर किंग अपॉइंटेड अ सेपरेट डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ अर्बन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, अर्बन प्लानिंग. और ये डिपार्टमेंट का काम ही था कि सिटीज को अच्छे से प्लान करके सेटअप करना, फिर से ऐसे फायर ब्रेकआउट होके पूरी सिटी जल ना जाए, डिस्ट्रॉय ना हो जाए. और उसी के साथ जो अर्बन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के लिए एक डिपार्टमेंट बना, वही आगे जाके इवॉल्व्ड, ग्रोन into a subject of public administration. So London has very well developed administrative machinery. Even 1759, okay, जो ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी इंडिया पे रूल कर रही थी, जो ऑफिसर्स उनके आ रहे थे, okay, very well trained officers who were well trained in administration and all these legal, political, bureaucratic matters. And even 1806 या 1803 around, guys, in India they started Fort Williams College to train these ICS officers. So they had well developed this ICS service, administrative service, and to run that they had exams and lot of training centers. So administrative setup भी उनके पास काफी well developed advanced form का was there. Then European Renaissance, ये भी एक important factor है. European Renaissance, that British society, okay, was first to enter this Renaissance, पुनरुत्थान. एंड 400-500 साल पहले से दे आर अंडरगोइंग प्रोटेस्टेंट रिफॉर्मेशन, दिस यूरोपियन रेनेसांस, और वही आगे जाके कंक्लूडेड इनटू साइंटिफिक रिवोल्यूशन, न्यूटन, केपलर, गैलीलियो, डेकार्ट, एटसेट्रा, एंड दैट इवेंचुअली कल्मिनेटेड इनटू यूरोपियन एनलाइटनमेंट, वेयर वी हैव जेरेमी बेंथम और एडम स्मिथ, एटसेट्रा, ऑल दिस थिंकर्स कमिंग अप. सो देयर सोसाइटी वाज एक्सपीरियंसिंग दिस प्रोटेस्टेंट रिफॉर्मेशन, यूरोपियन रेनेसांस दैट वेर हैपनिंग. सो इवन सोसाइटी वाज इवॉल्विंग. तो ये भी एक काफी फैक्टर है इंपॉर्टेंट. देन वही आगे जाके बना साइंटिफिक रिवोल्यूशन एंड यूरोपियन एनलाइटन में कल्मिनेट हुआ. सो और यूरोपियन एनलाइटनमेंट में जो थिंकर्स आए लाइक एडम स्मिथ, जिन्होंने आइडियाज दी मॉडर्न इकोनॉमी की, लेसर इकोनॉमिक मॉडल, डिमांड सप्लाई बेस्ड इकोनॉमी, और यही जो प्राइवेट सेक्टर, हाउ दे कैन मोबिलाइज फंड्स और स्टार्ट प्राइवेट बिजनेसेस, हाउ दे कैन ग्रो, ये जो एज अ इकोनॉमी, एज अ साइंटिफिक सब्जेक्ट स्टडी करना, ये जो एडम स्मिथ ने किया, ऐसे देयर वेर लॉट ऑफ यूरोपियन एनलाइटनमेंट थिंकर्स हु केम अप विद दिस डिफरेंट आइडियाज. एंड यूरोप में दिस एनलाइटनमेंट ट्रेडिशन वाज आल्सो वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग, साइंटिफिक रिवोल्यूशन ट्रेडिशन वाज आल्सो वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग. देन उसके बाद टेक्नोलॉजिकल इनोवेशंस, ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है. ओके, क्योंकि कोई भी इंडस्ट्री आपको डालनी है, कोई इंडस्ट्री क्रिएट करनी है, तो उससे पहले यू नीड दिस इन दिस इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन द टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट और योर सम इनोवेशंस. कोई इनोवेशन तो चाहिए, क्रिप्टो जैसा या कोई टेस्ला की कार जैसा जो आप कंपनी में मैन्युफैक्चर कर पाओ. और उस टाइम स्टीम इंजन, गनी मशीन्स, कॉटन को क्लोथ में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए, तो गिनी मशीन्स, स्टीम इंजिन्स, ऑल दिस टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट, इनोवेशंस वेर ऑलरेडी हैपनिंग. जो साइंटिफिक रिवोल्यूशन वहां पे था, साइंटिफिक एजुकेशन, ओके, हैज लेड टू लॉट ऑफ न्यू इनोवेशंस. अब सिर्फ उस इनोवेशन को इंडस्ट्री में कन्वर्ट करना बाकी था. सो इवन सोसाइटी was having innovation and was ready for industrial revolution. तो टेक्नोलॉजी भी फैक्टर हमने लिंक किया ऐसे के या आंसर के साथ, क्वेश्चन के साथ. देन प्रोटेस्टेंट रिफॉर्मेशन, लार्जली जो इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन हुआ, ओके, इट वाज स्टार्टेड और बैक्ड, और ये जो इंडस्ट्रीज डाली वाज बाय द प्रोटेस्टेंट पीपल. और अभी तक प्रोटेस्टेंट वेर बीइंग डोमिनेटेड बाय कैथोलिक्स, बट लंदन वाज द फर्स्ट कंट्री जहां पे मार्टिन लूथर किंग जूनियर के अंडर ये प्रोटेस्टेंट रिफॉर्मेशन हुआ. एंड यही मार्टिन लूथर किंग जूनियर के अंडर जो प्रोटेस्टेंट रिफॉर्मेशन स्टार्ट हुआ था, फाइनली इट वाज गोइंग टू गेट बैकअप फ्रॉम द ब्रिटिश मोनार्की. और क्वीन एलिजाबेथ उसके टाइम पीरियड में प्रोटेस्टेंट गॉट एस्टैब्लिश्ड वेरी स्ट्रांगली. एंड दैट्स व्हाई कैथोलिक का डोमिनेंस हो रहा प्रोटेस्टेंट पे गॉट रिड्यूस्ड. एंड प्रोटेस्टेंट यही लोग थे हु गोइंग अहेड, ओके, स्टार्टेड द इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन, इंडस्ट्रीज जो स्टार्ट की. सो सेम वे लाइक पारसी पीपल डूइंग इन इंडिया, दिस प्रोटेस्टेंट्स वेर डूइंग फॉर लंडन, जो आज पारसी लोग, टाटाज एटसेट्रा आर डूइंग फॉर इंडिया. देन योर स्टेबल सोसाइटी. देन लंडन वाज ऑल्सो गाइज एक्सट्रीमली वेल और स्टेबल सोसाइटी, politically or in general as a society. कोई civil war, कोई revolution wasn't there, and it was well stable functioning democracy or constitutional monarchy, or as a administratively also well developed and stable. So society भी काफी stable थी. यूरोप में, अमेरिका में रिवोल्यूशन अभी होने वाला था, सोसाइटी वाज गोइंग टू गेट स्टेबल. उसके बाद भी अमेरिका वाजंट स्टेबल, ब्लैक व्हाइट्स के बीच में सिविल वॉर हैपेंड आफ्टर 100 years अराउंड 1863. Even French society was extremely unstable and was going to undergo French Revolution. Then Jacobians will come to power. Under Jacobians, there was Robespierre's reign of terror. Then this Robespierre will get murdered. Girondins will come to power, and then eventually Girondins will get replaced by Napoleon, and then Napoleon's dictatorship, etc. And then Napoleonic wars that happened in Europe. So Europe was extremely unstable society, but London was comparatively much or well stable society. So obviously even society wise was also London was ready for industrial revolution. तो almost यहीं पे मैंने I gave you 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 almost 10 factors, and it is not yet over. There are many more factors that we can think of in the next chart. तो फिर उसके बाद guys emergence of political ideologies, ये पार्ट भी मैंने बताया. लंडन वाज पोलिटिकली वेल स्टेबल, पोलिटिकल इलेक्शंस वेर हैपनिंग, इवन देयर वेर पार्लियामेंट्री सिस्टम वाज देयर वेल फंक्शनिंग. 1759 व्हेन इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन हैपन, उसके 10-12 साल बाद यू हैव 1773 रेगुलेटिंग एक्ट. एंड हु वाज पासिंग दैट 1773 रेगुलेटिंग एक्ट? सो रेगुलेटिंग एक्ट ऑफ 1773 वाज बीइंग पास्ड, ओके, बाय ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट टू कंट्रोल ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनीज अफेयर्स इन इंडिया. वो इंडिया में ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी के अफेयर्स रेगुलेट करने के लिए लंदन में उनकी पार्लियामेंट लॉ पास कर रही थी, रेगुलेटिंग एक्ट. तो समझो लंदन में पार्लियामेंट्री सिस्टम कितनी डेवलप होगी, कोई भी चीज पार्लियामेंट्री प्रोसेस से करना, डेमोक्रेटिक प्रोसेस से करना. सो इवन पॉलिटिकल आइडियोलॉजीज एंड पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम, पार्लियामेंट्री सिस्टम वाज वेल डेवलप इन लंदन. देन गाइस कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस, ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है. आइडिया ऑफ प्राइवेट एंटरप्राइजेस कि 4-5 people should come together, pool their fund resources, start a partnership and create a private venture. और ये private venture, okay, eventually will start industry or run industrial revolution. ये idea ही लंदन में पैदा हुई. फॉर एग्जाम्पल टू स्टार्ट अ कंपनी लाइक ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी, और भी बहुत सारी कंपनीज थी, हु विल गो टू डिफरेंट कंट्रीज, विल कॉलोनाइज दोज कंट्रीज, विल ब्रिंग रॉ मटेरियल फ्रॉम दोज कंट्रीज एंड विल स्टार्ट इंडस्ट्री. तो ये जो आइडिया ऑफ प्राइवेट एंटरप्राइज, आइडिया ऑफ कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस वॉज इवन स्टार्टेड इन लंडन फर्स्ट. और यही कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस या प्राइवेट एंटरप्राइजेस हु लेड दिस इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन. रेलवेज हो या बाकी कोई भी चीज, सब करने वाले was those private sector entities, private sector enterprises, for example like East India Company, and they were running this industry or organizations. उसके बाद guys environmental factor. Yes, environment also, if you think properly, then you can link this environment as a dimension with your answer. So guys, in geography you must have studied different type of climates in world geography in your GC Leong book, a second part of GC Leong book. So in the second part of the GC Leong, there are world climatic types, and there you have this British type of climate. जो north hemisphere में you find that climate in Britain, or south में you find that climate in New Zealand. And ये जो British type of climate is also called those region as favored isles. The best type of climate you find there. So जो भी world का climate है, उसमें से सबसे best climate for mental alertness, physical fitness, etc. is considered is the British type of climate. Always temperature will be close to 10 to 15 degree. Okay, hardly temperature will go for 1 or 2 months below 0 degree or will increase. And largely it's like even you are walking on the street, it's like AC is on. So this climate is considered best for mental alertness, fitness, or कोई भी physical activity करो. Okay, and that's why even environmental way British had that advantage, the best climate. Or that kind of climate you generally find in India, in Shimla or Shillong, those places where generally British used to go during summer seasons when they were ruling India. So that kind of climate. So even environment as a dimension you can link with your answer. Then geographical factors. Even geographical factors also played role in London's industrial revolution. First of all, London is island country away from the coastal, away from Europe's borders, and there was big English Channel in between. So geographically they were well isolated. So whatever disturbances were happening in Europe, these disturbances wasn't penetrating into London, and that's why politically they could maintain their independence, stability, etc. जो भी Napoleonic wars हो रहे थे यूरोप में, okay, could not penetrate or reach London. So London, due to geographical isolation from Europe, okay, one way enjoyed this advantage and stayed away from all kind of instabilities, wars, revolutions, isolated from all those things. So geographically location was important factor. And secondly, geographically, कोई भी industrial revolution if you want to do, then you need raw materials. And most important raw material is iron and coal. And London was luckily geographically such a country which has both in surplus. London had coal and also iron. Other European countries either had coal or iron or both, but not in sufficient quantities. But London has both and in extremely sufficient quantities. So coal and iron, ये भी एक उनके लिए advantage था. तो resources का भी advantage that played role. और ये दोनों चीजें एक ही जगह पे चाहिए, coal and iron. In India, Chota Nagpur Plateau has both coal and iron. That's why most of our steel manufacturing plants, Bikai, etc., Bokaro, वो region में आपको you get Chota Nagpur Plateau के झारखंड बिहार के region में you will find those Indian industry, steel making industry. So you need both things at one location. London that time had coal and iron, which were the most important ingredient for industrial revolution. So location, resources, everything work in their favor. इसके अलावा geographically guys, that time railways wasn't invented yet. Railways revolution के और 100 साल बाद 1850 के around आएगी. तो largely transport was there by the road or ships. And by road, when you have very old automobiles, those automobiles of that time you can't carry heavy load or heavy goods equipments. So largely heavy goods and equipments can be carried by ships. Transport can be most effective using ocean trade or ships or shipping industry. And London guys was a totally coastal country or island country. And वो coastal regions में all its cities are located on coastal region, or London is dissected by many rivers and their cities were located along rivers, and because of that they had this advantage geographically in transportation aspect also. Shipping industry was well developed, and British also had extremely well developed royal naval force to protect their country also, and even transportation maybe merchant shipping as an industry was also very well developed. तो geography transportation में भी उनके फेवर में थी. देन एग्रीकल्चर फैक्टर, वो भी इंपॉर्टेंट लिंक है एग्रीकल्चर का. पोर्तुगीज हैज इंट्रोड्यूस पोटैटो इन यूरोप, वो लेटर ऑन गॉट इंट्रोड्यूस इवन इन लंडन. एंड पोटैटो इज वेरी ड्यूरेबल रेजिलियंट क्रॉप. इट कैन ग्रो इवन इन दैट कोल्डर क्लाइमेट, यू कैन स्टोर इट फॉर लॉन्ग. And when potato was introduced, first time Europe and London experienced food security. There was agricultural surplus, food security, and because of that, first time there was even a human population surplus. और ये जो human population में surplus था labor का, that labor then shifted to the cities, and that labor acted as an input to the industry, and this labor, okay, that is provided was outcome of this agricultural surplus that led to life security. And potato had a major role, dominant role to play in that aspect. तो ये सारी चीजें आपने हिस्ट्री में पढ़ी है, but they don't come to mind. So when you link this chart and develop the strategy or develop the ability to think in this manner, then automatically you will be able to generate answers, and you will be able to write more answers or more pointers, and you will be able to show to the examiner that I know issue, okay, at multiple dimensional level, at in-depth level. I can think in such a broad manner, in a broad perspective, and give me more marks, and that he will give. So think strategically or write strategically all the time. Then you have guys Protestant business ethics. So Protestant business ethics, ye bhi factor I have already told you, that the way we call Parsi ethics in India. In London, most of the industry were run by this Protestant people, and this Protestant work ethics that take a risk, make money. ये जो आइडियाज है वाज वेरी मच डोमिनेंट इन लंडन, एंड दैट प्रोटेस्टेंट रिफॉर्मेशन, और उससे जो ये सारे प्रोटेस्टेंट लोग काफ़ी आगे डेवलप हो गए, ओके, एज अ कम्युनिटी, और उन्होंने जो इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन वाज स्टार्टेड. तो ये प्रोटेस्टेंट बिजनेस इथिक्स भी इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है. देन हिस्टोरिकल पर्सपेक्टिव. अब ये हिस्टोरिकल पर्सपेक्टिव मतलब ये जो भी फैक्टर्स मैंने आपको बता दिए, दैट इज प्रोटेस्टेंट रिफॉर्मेशन, यूरोपियन रेनेसांस, साइंटिफिक रिवोल्यूशन, एनलाइटनमेंट, मैग्ना कार्टा, सबका वो क्यूमुलेटिव इफेक्ट था, वाज इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन इन इंग्लैंड. उसके बाद गाइज कोलोनाइजेशन. नाउ ये भी एक इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है. ग्लोबलाइजेशन जो मैंने बताया था आपको, लिंक ग्लोबलाइजेशन ऑल्सो विथ योर क्वेश्चन और योर एसे. सो ग्लोबलाइजेशन का रोल क्या है इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन में इंग्लैंड के? सो दैट्स योर कोलोनाइजेशन. Now guys, London by that time had colony in India or in Africa, etc., in America. So ये जो colonies थी अफ्रीका में, यूरोप में, तो ये जो अफ्रीका, अमेरिका और इंडिया में. So guys, आपको कोई भी इंडस्ट्री डालनी है, if you need industrial revolution, you need 5 things. And which are these 5 things? First, you need innovation, जो लंदन के पास पहले था, scientific revolution. Second, you need labor, वो भी उनके पास था आफ्टर एग्रीकल्चरल रिवोल्यूशन या एग्रीकल्चरल सरप्लस जो पोटैटो वगैरह इंट्रोड्यूस होने के बाद हुआ. देन लेबर एंड इनोवेशन के बाद बट 3 और चीजें लगती है दैट लंडन हैवंट हैड, दैट इज योर कैपिटल. इफ यू वांट टू स्टार्ट इंडस्ट्री यू नीड कैपिटल. लंडन वाज वेरी पुअर कंट्री बाय देन, बट इन colonization, okay, when they colonized other countries they looted lot of wealth. So now colonization guys. So colonization is also important factor. So in our chart I told you the factor globalization. So try to think whether globalization is linked with your essay topic. So yes guys, globalization is also linked with your essay topic. So globalization, that is colonization in this question. तो colonization क्या link है globalization का और colonization का? So by that time London had colonies in India or America, etc. And these colonies guys also played role in industrial revolution, rather more significant role. So guys, if you want to start an industry, then you need 5 things. Those 5 things are your innovation, labor, capital, then raw material and markets. 5 things are very important for any industrial revolution to take place. And in London guys had innovation, scientific innovation, steam engine, etc. Because of advanced scientific education they already had, because the outcome of this scientific revolution was this well advanced scientific innovations were available. But to convert that innovation into industry, you need other things also. That is, you need labor for the industry. And this agriculture surplus, potato that was introduced, even agricultural surplus, guys, okay, led to food security that I told you, led to labor supply. And this surplus labor shifted from rural areas to urban clusters, industrial clusters, and acted as a labor, as an input. So two inputs London already had, innovation and labor, but other three inputs London haven't had, that is capital. You had an idea, if you have idea to implement that, you need a capital, and this capital, guys, is a very important factor, because without capital you can't start industry, such a huge big scale enterprises. And guys, when they colonized India, they looted lot of wealth, especially from permanent settlement system in Bengal, etc. Yeah, when they defeated Indian kings, the wealth they looted from them. Or when they control Buxar or region of Bengal, even from that region they collected extremely high land revenue. And that land revenue, guys, that capital acted as a third input, and which led to industrial revolution. और इतना strong link है इन दो factors में, that 1757 Battle of Plassey and exactly 2 साल बाद 1759 first industry started in London. The date of industrial revolution 1759. तो 2 साल का gap. So Battle of Plassey and industrial revolution में. So after Battle of Plassey, they got Exeter Pargana in their control, and whatever capital they got from that, okay, first industry started. और उसी के बाद फिर बैटल ऑफ बक्सर हुआ एंड एंटायर बंगाल फेल इनटू देयर कंट्रोल, और उससे भी बहुत सारा रेवेन्यू दैट दे कलेक्टेड फाइनली फाइनेंस ब्रिटेन्स इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन. सो कैपिटल वाज प्रोवाइडेड बाय कॉलोनीज, एंड इनडायरेक्टली ग्लोबलाइजेशन आल्सो प्लेड रोल इन इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन. फिर नॉट ओनली कैपिटल, गाइज, अलॉन्ग विद द कैपिटल, okay, India also provided the primary raw material because first industries that they started in London, okay, in Manchester, etc., those mills that they started, they needed cotton, they needed indigo, and so they destroyed India's household industry, cottage industry. And by destroying that cottage industry, household industry, they started in London or in Manchester those cotton mills, and they turned India into raw material supplier. And they did not allow India's finished cloth industry or cotton industry to sell any cotton products outside or clothes outside India. They only turned India into raw material supplier of cotton and indigo, etc. And so raw material also provided by India. So they now had capital, raw material, innovation, labor, and now they needed markets. Initially London's middle class acted as a market. Later on they flooded their goods in the European markets. उन मार्केट्स यूरोप में भी उनको काफी मिला, बिकॉज नो यूरोपियन कंट्री वाज इंडस्ट्रियलाइज येट. बट आफ्टर व्हेन फ्रेंच रिवोल्यूशन, व्हेन नेपोलियन केम टू कंट्रोल France, become military dictator of France, he realized that if finished goods from London kept coming to Europe, then European countries will never get industrialized, French and other friendly nations will never get industrialized. And so he started Berlin Decree, Milan Decree, and with this Berlin and Milan Decree, okay, he stopped all the, he created continental system, and in that continental system, he stopped all the things coming from Europe, so London, into European market. And so London lost their market in Europe because of Napoleon's this continental system. And that's why in Government of India Act 1813, okay, they abolished monopoly of East India Company to trade with India. They only kept East India Company's monopoly in tea trade and trade with China, while in rest of the monopoly in rest of the sectors was abolished. India was made open, laissez-faire economic model, open economic model in India they created. And now whatever the finished goods that were flooding Europe now started to flood India, and remaining Indian industry also got destroyed, deindustrialized, because of those industrial goods from London entered Indian markets. So even raw material and markets and capital, all these things were provided by India through colonization, or globalization also played role. And so capital from India, that is economic factor, and raw material and market as a colony. And this also played role in Europe's or England's industrial revolution. So why industrial revolution took place in England first, or why it happened in England. So here also I gave you almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 factors. So overall guys, we linked these two charts with our answers and we wrote 80-20 factors. Now these 18-20 factors guys, in every question it is not possible that you could think of so many factors. लेकिन आप 10 फैक्टर तो लिंक करो, ट्राई टू लिंक एटलीस्ट 10 फैक्टर्स एंड दैट इनफ. और हर क्वेश्चन में ऐसे 8-10 फैक्टर्स इफ यू स्टार्टेड टू राइट, ट्रस्ट मी, यू विल गेट वेरी गुड मार्क्स in all your GS paper, and use this strategy even in essay and you will get very good score, 140-150 plus, and even in ethics paper 140-150 plus. Use this chart or this multidimensionality strategy, horizontal answer writing strategy, even in your optional papers, and you will get very good marks. Okay, so that's all for now guys. Thanks for listening. Okay, I will discuss with you many such as strategies related to answer writing, etc. So stay tuned to my Darshanik IAS channel. And also join me on UPSC Ethics 4 Telegram channel where I will share all those PDFs or notes with you. You can download it from there. And on my download my app Darshanik IAS by Kadam Sir from Google Play. There I am going to start the classes of ethics course, entire ethics course and essay writing courses. So I will be providing you the very well or in-depth understanding of many such strategies and also entire discussion of the essay and ethics paper. You don't have to prepare anything else other than those classes and notes whatever I am going to give. So listen to all those lectures and read all these notes, and whatever strategies I am going to give you in those classes, implement in your preparation, and definitely it will be game changer. So stay tuned there, and thanks for listening.